Welcome back. In this session we'll learn S3 pre-signed URL. We will also do a quick hands-on as well. A pre-signed URL is a temporary secure URL that allows access to a specific S3 object without requiring AWS credentials. It is one of the most commonly used S3 features you will encounter in real-world applications. Here is how it works. An authorized application or AWS user generates a special URL for an object stored in S3. This URL contains a digital signature and an expiration time. Anyone who has this URL can access the object, but only until the URL expires. So this URL comes with a limited access period. So let's look at the real world example as well. So imagine your application generates a monthly report for a customer. Instead of making the report publicly accessible, your application creates a pre-signed URL valid for 7 hours. The customer clicks the link, downloads the report directly from the S3. After 1 hour, the link automatically stops working. So pre-signed URLs are commonly used for secure file downloads, direct uploads from web or mobile application, temporary document sharing, and avoiding public access to S3 bucket. The biggest benefits are improved security, time-limited access, and reduced load on your application server because users interact directly with S3. So remember this key takeaway: a pre-signed URL provides temporary access to a private S3 object using the permission of the user or role that generates the URL. So you'll get a clear idea when we will do a hands-on. So let's now do some hands-on and understand more about the pre-signed URL. So I have connected to my AWS console and I created one sample bucket. I named it as S3 pre-signed URL demo. Under the bucket, I uploaded one PNG file. So you can see on my screen there is a cloud.png file here. And if you go to the permission, I have enabled the public access and I have created the bucket policy which allows the get object for this particular bucket. Okay, so now if you go to the object and just click on here, copy the URL. So if you open the URL here, you can see that you're able to access that object. Okay, so this is happening because we have enabled the public access for this one. So let me give you one more sample file. So I created one index.html file. So let me open it for you. So you can see there are certain text, that's fine, and I have created one image tag in this HTML file which points to the our cloud.png file. Okay, so if I just open this URL for you guys, we are able to access that index.html file and we are also able to access the image as well. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's disable the public access. So let me go to the bucket, go to the permission, click edit, and then block all public access. So I'll confirm and save it. Great, so I have disabled the public access. Now let's go and open that file again. So you can see that my image is not loading. Okay, because I have disabled the public access, it cannot access that file. But what if I still want that file to be accessible? Okay, so that's how and that's where this pre-signed URL comes into picture. So if I want to securely access that object or that image, and I want my website to show that image to the end user without making that image as public, and let's assume that that image is a sensitive to the customer and they don't want it to be publicly accessible, right? So we have to generate a pre-signed URL for this particular object. So let's go to our console and let me do one thing. Let me go to the Cloud Shell and let me just scroll down a bit. Yeah, fine. So now we have to generate the pre-signed URL for this. So to generate a URL, we just need to pass a command. So let me, you can see the command on your screen. So I got the pre-signed URL and let me copy this for you guys. Okay, let's just hit that URL. Let's close this one and see, now I'm able to access the image URL without making this object or bucket public, right? So now let's go to our index.html file. Let's change the source here, save it, and now let's open that file again. Okay, so you can see you are able to access the file now. So that's it about pre-signed URL. Now I just wanted to show you how the URL looks like. So we have copied that URL, right? So let's paste it in a notepad, and if you look it closely here, you can see certain details. For example, you can see the access ID. So this has used my access ID to generate this URL. There is one date and time as well, which is an expired date and time for this object, and you can also see it will expire in 60 seconds. So if you hit this URL after 60 seconds, you will definitely get an error. So I think 60 seconds are already passed, so let me copy this. See, now we are getting the access denied error, right? So even if you access that index.html now, you cannot access this particular object. So you can see here. So that's how the pre-signed URL works, and it's a secure way to distribute your file to your end user, and it is one of the most commonly used features in the applications. So that's it about this session. In the next session we'll talk about the AWS S3 security.